Hello, everyone. Welcome back for our 10:30 reading. It is still Wednesday, July 15th, 2020, and today I have another story for you. And then we're going to do a little activity at the end. So before I start reading, I want to introduce our activity. So I'm going to use our whiteboard again, and we're going to talk about irregular verbs. And irregular verbs mean that they are not regular, which means they don't follow the normal add an ed to it rule. So a lot of times with verbs, like I could say play. So I could say today I play, yesterday I played. So I just add the ed to the end of the word play. So irregular verbs do not follow that same rule. They're a little bit more tricky and they're all different depending on the word. So let's look at our book. Dumbo the Flying Elephant. Have you ever read this book? Or maybe you've watched the movie before? It's a really good movie. It used to be one of my very favorites. All right, so as we read our book today, I want you to think about all the verbs that you're hearing and try to guess if they're regular or irregular, and then we'll talk about them at the end. All right, so Dumbo the Flying Elephant, and this is written by Walt Disney again. So this is the same person who created Walt Disney World and Disneyland. So you might have gone there before, or you've probably heard of it. So here is our main character, Dumbo. How cute is he? And what's something that you notice about him right away? Maybe look at the difference in his ears and his mom's ears. They're big. He's got some big ears. And let's see how he uses them in the story. Oh, here's lots of pictures of Dumbo. Oh no, it looks like he fell on his face. Dumbo the Flying Elephant. The circus had come to town. All the circus people were getting ready for the show. While the ringmaster gave orders, the workmen put up the last big tent. Here's the ringmaster, and here's all the workers. The circus animals were busy too. The mother leopard licked her new cub. The mother camel was proud of her new baby, and the mother seal was happy her baby had come. Oh, look at all the babies. Aren't they cute? We have a baby leopard, a baby camel, and a baby seal. But one animal was not happy. Mrs. Jumbo the elephant had been waiting a long time for her baby, but so far it had not arrived. Who do you think this is? Look, she's on the front. So that's going to be Dumbo's mommy. Then, one day, the little elephant was born. All the elephants came to admire him. "He's so sweet," said the mother. "I wonder what I should name him." Suddenly, the baby sneezed. "Ah, ah, chew!" And his ears flew up in the air. See, his ears were tucked away right there. And then when he sneezed, they went flip. All the other elephants laughed when they saw how big his ears were. "How funny he looks. I'd call him Dumbo. He looks like a Dumbo." And Dumbo was the name that stuck. But Mrs. Jumbo loved her new baby. "To me, you are the most beautiful elephant in the circus," she told him. "I know you will be a star someday." Oh, so sweet. She loves her baby. The next day, the circus paraded through town. A band played as the elephants marched in a line. Dumbo was the smallest, so he was at the end of the line. Oh, look at him holding on to the tail. How cute. One child pointed at Dumbo's big ears, but the little elephant didn't mind. He was happy to be a part of the parade. He does look happy. He got a little smile. Then suddenly, Dumbo stumbled. First he stepped on his right ear, then he stepped on his left ear, and finally he fell flat on his face. All the children laughed. Dumbo was very sad. "You will never be a circus star that way," one of the elephants told him. Oh, poor Dumbo. He is sad. Then a boy shouted, "What a clumsy elephant!" This made Dumbo's mother very angry. She picked up the boy with her trunk and shook him. "Help! Help!" he screamed. Uh-oh, thought Dumbo. There's going to be trouble. And trouble there was. People began to run away screaming, "Wild elephant! Wild elephant!" The keeper came and put a chain on Miss Jumbo's leg. Oh no. All the people ran away scared because she shook the little boy. She was angry because the boy was being mean to her baby. He led her away to a small cage. "Now you won't be able to make any more trouble," he said. "Don't take her away," cried Dumbo. "It was all my fault." But the keeper didn't listen. He shoved Mrs. Jumbo into the cage and locked the door. She looked out sadly at her son. "Be a good little elephant, Dumbo." The other elephants were upset. They got together to decide what to do about Dumbo. "He can't be part of our act," said one. "He just makes people laugh." "Make him a clown then," said another. So Dumbo was sent to work with the clowns. They gave him a ruffled collar, and they painted his face in a funny way. This made Dumbo very sad. He wanted to be an elephant, not a clown. So they painted his face to look like a clown, and he did not like it. That evening, the elephants performed without Dumbo. When they were done, the clowns rushed in dressed as firemen. They had a fire engine, a ladder, a hose, a net, and a tub of water. But where was Dumbo? Oh no. Where do you think Dumbo is? He's not in here with all the other elephants. Let's find out. Dumbo was in the burning house. "Jump, Dumbo, jump!" shouted the clowns. Even though the flames were not real, Dumbo was afraid. But finally, Dumbo jumped. The clowns held tight to the net. "Hooray!" they shouted. "You were wonderful!" But he didn't feel wonderful. He missed his mother, and he still didn't want to be a clown. He looks very sad. The next day, Timothy, the circus mouse, found Dumbo looking sad. "Don't be unhappy," he said. "I will be your friend. I will find a way to help you. Those big ears must be good for something. Maybe I can teach you how to fly with them." Timothy took Dumbo to the woods. There he made a runway out of a log and a board. "Just flap your ears hard and jump off," he shouted. 3 crows sat on a branch and watched. So it looks like he's going to have Dumbo stand on this, and then he's going to bounce on it, and he's going to fly up in the air. Do you think it's going to work? Dumbo flapped his ears hard and jumped. He fell flat on the ground. "I'll never be able to fly," he said. But clever Timothy had another idea. He picked up a crow's feather and handed it to Dumbo. "Take this," he said. "It is magic. Just hold it in your trunk and jump." So Dumbo jumped in the air and flapped his ears, and all the time he held tight to the feather. Suddenly, he was flying. "Good boy, Dumbo," said Timothy. The three crows could not believe their eyes. Do you think that the crow feather was really magic? And it just helped him to learn how to fly? Higher and higher he flew. The green hills and the yellow farmhouse were far below him. "Look at him go," squawked the crow with glasses. "Now Dumbo will be the star of the circus," Timothy said to the crow in purple hat and vest. Dumbo was so happy. Have you ever seen an elephant fly? I know I haven't. That night, Dumbo sat in the burning house again. But this time, Timothy was riding in his hat, and in his trunk was the magic feather. "Jump!" shouted the clowns down below. "Fly!" whispered Timothy. Dumbo flew into the air. Oh, and look, he's holding on really tight to his magic crow feather. But just then, the feather slipped out of Dumbo's trunk. "Help! I'm falling! I can't fly without my feather!" cried the little elephant. Timothy quickly jumped out of the hat and slid down to Dumbo's trunk. "Dumbo, Dumbo," he shouted, "that feather isn't magic. You can fly without it." "Really?" asked Dumbo. "Yes," said Timothy. "Hurry up, flap those ears and fly." So Timothy said, "Dumbo, that feather is not magic. It was you all along." The little elephant began to flap his ears as fast as he could. Up, up, up he sailed to the top of the circus tent. "I can fly, I can fly," said Dumbo, "even without my feather." "Hooray!" shouted Timothy from his seat in Dumbo's hat. "Now you are a real circus star. Can you hear the people cheering?" Look, and Timothy's just up there riding along in his hat. But Dumbo's flying all by himself. The crowd was cheering. "See the amazing flying elephant," shouted the ringmaster as Dumbo flew over his head. Dumbo made a perfect landing right in front of the other elephants. "Well done, Dumbo," they said. "Dumbo, you were so good," said the ringmaster, "that I will give you anything you want." Dumbo knew right away what he wanted. "Please let my mother out of the cage," he said. The ringmaster agreed to let Mrs. Jumbo out. "Do you know your son is a circus star?" he asked her. "Are you really?" she asked Dumbo. "Yes, mother, I can fly." Mrs. Jumbo was so proud of her son. Oh, so she's so proud of him. She's happy that he really is a circus star. At last, Mrs. Jumbo and her son were together again. She patted Dumbo with her trunk. "I knew you would be a star someday," she said. "Yes, but I couldn't have done it without my friend Timothy," said Dumbo. Timothy smiled. Who could ask for a better friend than a flying elephant? He hoped that he and Dumbo would be friends for a long time. The end. Look, and you can see Dumbo again. He's flying and he crashed. All right. What did you all think of that book? I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. But it's a very, very sweet book, and I like it the most because it tells you that even if you're a little different, that's not a bad thing, and it could actually be a really good thing. See, in the beginning of the story, he was born with these big ears. His ears were bigger than his mom's and he was just a baby. And everyone laughed at him and made jokes and made him feel bad about himself until they realized that he could use his ears to fly. And he was the only flying elephant around. All right, so now for the last couple of minutes, we are going to look at our irregular verbs. Move this. So I have a list of verbs down here, and we are going to put them in a sentence and see how we have to change them to make them fit. So actually, I'll move this up. I'm going to write on them. I'm going to write next to them what their past tense verb is. Let me get a marker. All right. So remember, these are irregular, which means they're not normal. They don't follow the rule. They have different rules for every one of them. All right, so our first one is, today I fly, yesterday I, and think for a couple minutes. It's not flied. You don't say, yesterday I flied. You have to change the ending. So it'll be, today I fly, yesterday I flew. So let me write that one down right next to it. Flew. You could say, yesterday I flew in an airplane. Okay. And the next one is forgive. So you would say, today I forgive, yesterday I forgave. Right. So you could say, yesterday my brother asked for forgiveness and I forgave him. All right, our next one is cut. Today I cut the paper. Yesterday I cut. It stays the same. So you would say, today I cut the paper. Yesterday I cut the paper. So that one does not change. All right, the next one is lost. Today I lost. I wrote that one down wrong. Today I lose. Yesterday I lost. So let's fix that one. So what could we be talking about that we lost? How about the remote? Today I lose the remote, and yesterday I lost the remote. Good job. Okay. Here is our next one. Give. Today I give my mom my homework. Yesterday I not gived. You don't say yesterday I gived it away. Yesterday I gave it away. So let's write gave. So it changes from give to gave. Okay. The next one is write, like you write with a pen. Today I write my paper. Yesterday I wrote my paper. Good job. So only one letter in that word changed from write to wrote. You change it from an I to an O. All right, the next one is build. So you could say, today I build my tree house. And yesterday I built my tree house. So only one letter changes in this one also. So it goes from build to built. Build, built. All right, and our next one is freeze. So you could say, today I freeze the water. And yesterday what do you think it is? Froze. Yes, today I freeze the water. Yesterday I froze the water. All right, our next one is run. Let's see if you can figure this one out by yourself. So say the sentence in your head. Today I run. Yesterday I ran. Yes. So I could say, today I run a mile. Yesterday I ran 5 miles. All right, now I'm going to hide the board from you to give you less of a hint, so you have to think with your brain. Today I bend my knee. Yesterday I bent. Right. So this one, you only change one letter as well. You change it from bend to bent. Those are different sounds at the end. All right, our next one is sting. Today I sting. Yesterday I stung. Yes. So we only changed one letter in that one too. But this letter was in the middle. So there's an I and it changes to a U for stung. The bee stung my leg. Okay, our next one is swing. Today I swing. Yesterday I'll give you a hint. It's very similar to sting and stung. Sting, stung, swing, swung, swing, sting, stung. You change the I to a U. All right, we have 4 more. Today I go to the grocery store. Yesterday what do you think? This one is completely different. Went. So you start from G-O, go, and you change it to W-E-N-T, went. Wow, that one is really irregular. All right, 3 more. Today I shake. Yesterday I shook. S-H-O-O-K, shook. So we changed it from shake to shook. So you could say, yesterday I shook because I was cold. All right, 2 more. Today I hide my toys from my brother. And yesterday I hid. So this one's funny because you just take a letter off. So you change it from hide with an E at the end to hid with nothing at the end. All right, last one. I want to see if you can get this one all by yourself. Today I sing. Yesterday I sang. So what did we change in this word? Sing, sang. Today I sing. Yesterday I sang. Yeah, you just changed the I to an A to make it sang. Awesome work. Look at all of these words you did. Let's see, you did 4, 8, 16 words. Wow. All right, guys. So thank you for joining me again today for our story, Dumbo, the Flying Elephant. And remember what we learned in the story, that just because there's something different about you doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. There's always something positive. So I hope you enjoyed our story and learning about irregular verbs. And whenever you talk to your family or your friends, think about what kind of verbs you're using and what you're doing to change them to make them right in the past tense. All right, everyone. I will see you all tomorrow at 10:30 for another story. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you get notifications when we go live so that you can hang out with us during. All right, guys. See you all later.